responsibility upon his life. And so by the time we took the break, we had realized that this job of a family head is played at 3 levels. The level of leading the wife, the level of leading your children, and the level of leading in the community. Right now, we want to get into the skills that you need to lead very well in form of the things that a woman is looking for from her own husband if she is going to be seen as somebody who is doing very well on the marking guide. Over to you, Canon Geoffrey.
Thank you. This is a research which was done, I think, in the North American context, but applies to women generally. There are a few exceptions, and these 10 things are listed in order of priority.
Of importance.
And importance.
So number one,
woman wants from her man is commitment and faithfulness. Many guys fear commitment. Number 2 is leadership. Number 3 is respect. Being involved in the life of the family. Some people take their wives as if they are doormats. They don't consult, they don't involve, and they don't appreciate.
Was that number 3 or number 4?
Number 3.
Okay, respect.
Number 4 is a family man. Is he an absentee father or is engaged in the life of the family? It's welfare, it's life. Because he is really the engineer and the source of work and direction for the family. Number 5, provider. Basic needs, food, shelter, housing, accommodation, medical care. Number 6, honesty. Some men are very good at telling lies. They feed their wives on lies for breakfast, lunch, and supper.
Yeah, and other meals in between.
And other meals in between, snacks. Number 7, sense of humor.
Is that so?
Oh yeah, sense of humor. Number 8 is a communicator, great communicator, sharing feelings, dreams, visions. Number 9, and some cultures will frown on this.
Yes.
Romance.
Yes.
Number 10, a godly man. So, this long list is put before you. And remember, she's the one who made you husband.
While I made her wife.
While you made her wife.
Yes.
Now, when she made you husband, she's the one who has the primary responsibility of evaluating you. How are you functioning and performing in the job and the role and office she gave to you.
And who evaluates her?
The man will.
Okay, all right.
So generally, running a household and a wife, children and others, as a viable going concern.
Yeah.
Now the approach is now business. The family should be viable.
Viable meaning?
It should not be bankrupt.
Should be a profitable venture.
It should be a sustainable venture or project which is not going to collapse in your hands, which will thrive. And it depends on material resources, it depends on the human resources, and it depends on the blessing and goodwill of God, but also of the community as a viable concern, where it thrives, it is blossoming, it is not just striving, it is viable. You can pass it on.
Yes.
You can have something to write in your will. It's not in debt. It's not bankrupt. It's a viable concern.
You're passing on assets, not just a
liabilities.
A whole of a bunch of liabilities.
Yes.
And
so you need people skills.
That's number 1. People skills.
How do you relate with people? Tact. People skills. People skills. You need technical skills.
Is that number 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we are now getting into the area of jobs.
Yes.
Harnessing resources around you so that you meet a need.
Maybe before we even go to technical skills, people skills, because a family is not a collection of chairs, walls.
In fact, they can live under a tree or a hut.
Yet they are well led.
Yes, they are
under
well
a
led.
tree. because of the kind of leadership you're offering to them in a way of being skillful at relational abilities.
Yes.
So you need the skill to relate with your people in the family.
So that they buy in, they are inspired.
You sell the vision, they accept it.
They buy the vision, and,
Yes.
And you buy their trust, you earn their trust.
Yes.
And followership, which you can't take for granted because they can withdraw it.
Yes.
You need people skills. Now, very many people don't know how to relate with themselves and with each other.
So the first person you should learn to relate with is yourself.
Is you.
Before you relate with your wife.
Are you in touch with yourself?
Can you be alone in a place and you're okay with it?
Who are you? That's where the element of faith comes in. We cannot know who we are until we know whose we are. And until you have known yourself as a child of God, it is He who gives you the identity, who gives you the identity, who locates you in His economy. That is a key factor.
So spirituality and divinity are key components in clarifying identity that helps you to have security in the community.
In the community and in the task that God has trusted you with as heading that family. So relationship number one is with God. If you've established it, this is who I am, I'm His son, I'm the apple of His eye, my name is written in the palm of His hand.
I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am a royal priest,
I am
a chosen nation.
A member of the household of God.
I share in the divine commonwealth.
Co-heir with Christ, sharers.
The head and not the tail.
That one. It gives you the identity. And it is from that you draw to now confidently, without fear, without hangovers, without complexes, that you can relate well.
Okay, you can have better people skills with those in your family. Yeah. And then number two, technical skills.
Technical skills.
What is this? What are we talking about?
An area of competence. If you are head of a family, you can't even fix a bulb. You can't even,
You are shaking tables.
Yes.
And the tables have our drink. Shake them carefully.
You can't even lift anything. Leave alone this, you people who live in urban areas. For us in the village, a man, you imagine is a gatherer, the hunter is a gatherer. He must have certain life skills, even for his own survival. So, are these skills employable? Can you meet other people's needs and they help you bring food to the table?
The technical skills.
Technical skills, which make you earn a living through exchange of goods and services, so that you are a provider, your needs are met, and it is you who arranges your environment, or that is around you, the other factors of production, and there's need that is met.
So you said something to do with exchange of goods and services in order to be given the earnings you need to look after the family.
The family head is a producer.
Oh yes, not just a consumer. A family head is a producer. He produces products, produces services, produces programs, produces ideas that can be, and packages all these things, the programs, ideas, products, services, into sellable things that he can give out there, and they're exchanged for what else he needs, like money and so on and so forth, to be able to now look after the family.
Exactly.
So he needs the technical skills.
A Jewish father was charged with these three responsibilities, especially to his son. When he taught him the law of the Lord, secondly, he gave him a skill, and thirdly, he gave him a wife.
Taught him the law of God, the oracles of God, the statutes of the Almighty, and then gave him a skill that can help him to earn a living and be a productive member of the community.
Society, not just a burden.
And then at the right age, gave him a wife, say, go and start your own family.
Exactly. Now, here,
that's a simple model.
Yes, it's simple, but
difficult to
implementing it is usually a challenge.
Yes.
The other skill, of course, is the social skills, or the emotional and social intelligence. Being a useful fit in your environment. Because no man is an island, no family can do life alone. They too, and the family head is the contact, is the point of contact of that family and the environment. Yes, he's the gatekeeper. He's the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Dealing with the immigration issues.
Yes, immigration, goodwill.
Who enters, who doesn't, who comes out.
He's the one who interprets life to his society, his family,
yes,
and who introduces and prepares his family to be integrated in the community. It's so key. So you need social and emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. The ability to know and understand your own emotions, and also know and understand the emotions of your family members, and use that awareness to manage your relationships well, and also to make good decisions in social environments. That is what emotional intelligence really is about.
Exactly. Now,
yes,
you see, being a family head is a big thing. No man can do it in his own strength. And as they say, it is written in the Bible, as iron sharpens iron, so does man sharpen
Proverbs 27:17. Bakutana, abantu bakutana, as iron sharpens iron.
Yes. So, being a family head should, as much as it is taught, it should also be caught.
As much as family leadership is taught, it can also be caught. What's the difference here between leadership that is taught and leadership that is caught as regards to a man leading his family?
Taught, accumulation of the cognitive, as you said,
yes,
and facts, but now caught through the experience of life, looking at models, especially your own father. I was very lucky. I was raised by, I think, a neighbor father.
You were very lucky indeed.
Yes, I was very lucky.
You were very lucky.
When I look back, I said, this guy
was a great guy.
Was an amazing guy.
My dad died when I was still in primary school, so I didn't get the opportunity to have that father, you know, available and teaching me and watching him do things and observing him. But
hearing his
in fact, I was talking about this with my wife yesterday, and I felt so grateful to the Almighty that having not had a father in my life when I was growing up, you know, my father having died when I was still very young in primary school, to see that I have still developed into the kind of man I have developed into, who is now the leader of all the fathers in Uganda as the Provincial Fathers Union President. I feel so grateful to God. No other person could have done that, not even my own energy, strength, wisdom, intelligence, and sagacity. It is only the grace of God.
So, God is an indispensable actor in this call and role of family headship. Does it ever threaten you when we are praying? What they call the Lord's Prayer, which is really the disciples' prayer. We address it to our Father.
Our Father who is in heaven.
That was our frame of reference.
For our Father who is on earth.
Is our Father on earth. So in a sense, we are standing in the position of our Heavenly Father.
Yes.
To the world in which we function.
Could that be the reason why some children end up even hating matters of faith? Because as you say, our Father who is in heaven, we love you. And then he says, he must be a bad man. Because my father here, he is a problematic man.
Exactly.
I don't like fathers, so including the one we are praying to. So they end up being hostile to matters of faith and spirituality.
Yes. The catechism is the God of a child is daddy and mommy. Now the Heavenly Father is meant to be represented by an earthly father.
Yes.
If the representation is very bad, you switch off.
Yes.
You have no frame of reference. Unless God, of course, intervenes.
Yes.
You have no good frame of reference because of a bad representation.
And he actually intervenes. I think that's why he calls himself a father to the fatherless.
So,
yes. So we've talked of people skills, we've talked of technical skills that bring in the competence and earning a living. Then we've also talked about the social and emotional intelligence abilities.
Yes, so running a home because headship of the two people, you are also heading the family as an economic unit. As a viable economic unit. It is running on land, the factors of production, land, capital, labor.
We thought we had run away from commerce and economics and accounts.
It plays out in the home, exactly. And labor.
Yes, factors of production.
Now there's technology.
Yes.
And now information. So the way you arrange this, you need managerial skills as well. Skills of planning. Planning. There are many families heads who are planless.
They are planless.
They are planless.
They are not bad planners, but they are planless.
Planless. Bad planners at least are better.
Yes.
A bad plan is better than no plan at all. They are planless. So management of a home and the family, key is planning. Where are you going? Where are you taking these people?
Some people will answer that question by saying, wherever God leads us.
But where is that? Has he told
we are waiting upon him.
Then organizing.
Organizing.
Is the management function. The principles of management. The key roles of management. Planning, organizing, coordinating, staffing, and assigning, looking at the gifting you have. There's directing, and finally, budgeting. You know, as a good family head, resource management and utilization should be one of the things you consider.
Yes.
Budget. It may not be written down.
Yes.
Like the government of Uganda budget 2022, 2023.
Presented by the man who said the economy is...
But you should have a sense of budget. This is how much we have as a resource envelope. This is how much we are going to allocate it. These are the priorities.
This is where our money came from.
Exactly.
And this is where it went.
And it should be lawful sources.
Ethical means of income.
Of income.
Yes.
So this man, in that regard, he should have business acumen, should have the commercial awareness of running his family household with a business approach, so that it's viable.
Yes.
He doesn't collapse under the weight of debt. So please, as a family head, learn how to live within your means.
While expanding the means you currently have.
While expanding the means, it should involve some saving. And communication again. Communication.
That's another skill.
Another skill. You may have good ideas, brilliant ideas, but does your wife know about them?
In fact,
do your children know about it?
There is this gentleman called Lee Iacocca, the former chairman and CEO of Chrysler Motors in the US. He made a similar statement. We often share this when we are empowering people in our certificate in public speaking and presentation mastery. He said, you may have brilliant ideas, but if you can't put them across, your ideas are leading you nowhere.
Yeah.
End of quote.
Yeah. Communication.
So as a father, you may have good ideas, but if you're not able to share them with your wife appropriately, with your children competently, they won't be
useful.
Yes.
You may die with them. And we say, oh, nearer I go to thee. It's too bad. Number 3 is teamwork. Even if it is one, you need skills to keep that team.
Yes.
Teamwork, there's feedback, there's engaging, there's valuing each other.
There is knowing the strength on the team, knowing the weaknesses on the team.
Exactly.
So being able to know that this one can do this one can do this. My son is able to do this on this team. My daughter should do this because of this ability. And then we always do team building engagements. We say this company, let's have a team building.
My driver or the house help who is living with.
Yes.
Those are critical pieces.
So actually, as a family, we should also have team building engagements.
Sure.
Where we say, let's go out someplace.
Yes.
We are going to spend a whole day there, or we are going to spend a weekend, a vacation, whatever, building our bond together.
Do you know there are some families where they never have fun time? They actually don't know their father can laugh. Hard laughter. And crack bones and ribs. They don't know it. So teamwork.
What a family to be pitied.
It's very mechanical. You should have skills in negotiation and persuasion, so that people buy in. Persuasion.
So not forcing the family to go a certain direction, whether they want it or yes, but being able to negotiate, persuade, influence, so that they follow you even if you were not the family head.
Exactly. So that they're convinced.
So leadership without a title, the dynamics of leadership without a title should be the skills we use to lead our wives and children.
You should have skills in problem solving. When, as a family head, you are the chief judge, you are deciding cases. I used to see my mother, whenever our father would not be available, and we became too hard for her. I'm going to report you to your father.
The chief judge.
Hey, the chief judge. Some would wonder what kind of fellow this one is. Who is now a frame of reference? She's an appeals court.
A court of appeal.
Yes. Problem solving.
Because every day there will be problems. In the home, around the home.
Yes.
Yes, I remember one time when I was in the house, and then there are some children in the neighborhood who opened our gate and entered into our compound to play from there. And they were doing all funny kinds of faces to my daughter and my son. So I looked through the window. I said, I now see a problem. So I moved out, and put on my canvas shoes, and I flew like a bird and dealt with the problem and came back home. I looked at the face of my daughter Petra and my son Prosper, and I saw faces of approval that there is somebody who is solving a problem here.
Problem solving, of course, leadership, showing the way, leadership and organizational skills, in term, especially in the area of prioritization. What comes first, which is the major, which is the minor, which can be delayed, which is the critical path. In management, there is what is called the critical path analysis.
Yes.
Where you optimize what you have, and you look at the variables, the independent and dependent variables, and you strike out a path. This is the one which is optimized, which is optimal in the circumstances in which I am.
The critical path.
Prioritization.
So that as a man, you're able to major in the majors and minor in the minors. You don't major in the minors and minor in the majors.
You imagine a young officer who can use a taxi and he gets a loan to buy a car, not even to buy land. And the car, Kampala or in any major city that is involved in an accident, is not insured, the fellow is in debt, now the car has crashed. That situation. In terms of prioritization, if he had got a loan to invest in land or a more dependable asset, that is a better leader. So area of prioritization.
Wow.
And efficient utilization of the little that he has.
We right now have 4 minutes to the end.
The area
of this
of motivation.
Motivation. So just outline the remaining ones.
The area of ability to work under pressure.
Working under pressure.
And of course, confidence and capacity to inspire. Confidence, you can draw it if you are confident in who you are in Christ and in the society. Another area a good leader should know, he should actually know his family tree.
Okay. So is there a man, when you look at these things, is there a man who actually has all these skills?
No.
So what should therefore be the focus of a family leader concerning these skills? What should I focus on? Because these are many things, these are many skills, and now that nobody has all of them, so how do we put this sharing in context, in perspective.
Prioritization. The key thing is, what do I have?
Yes, what do I have?
Then I maximize what I have. If I maximize what I have, I bring into my life those people who bring that which I don't have, so that we form a team.
Yes.
And the only example I can give in the Bible is Joseph of Nazareth.
Yes.
The husband of Mary.
Mary is a dude.
And the father of Jesus, and James, and Jude, and Joseph.
Yeah. Indeed, when you look at his life, you see many of these things.
Yeah, he's a silent character in the Bible.
Yeah.
But I think he had the stability, he had the balance and the poise of being a head of a functioning family.
All right.
That has benefited society.
So a man who has been watching us today and realizes he needs people skills, technical skills, social and emotional intelligence, managerial skills, communication abilities, team building and teamwork capacity, negotiation and persuasion skills, problem solving abilities, organizational skills, motivational skills, working under pressure, confidence to lead, capacity to inspire. The man who wants to start, give him one word as your parting shot on where he can start from. Where can he start from developing these skills?
He should join Fathers Union.
That's it.
Yes. Let him join your union.
Yes.
And let him be honest. Have a learning attitude. Yeah.
Amazing. Wow. What an evening. Gentlemen who are watching, and even ladies who love us, who are watching right now. These things, it's not only about having the knowledge of what should be done. It is also about having the know-how of doing these things. Besides the knowledge and the values, we also need the skills. And we have seen the skills that we need. We need the people skills, we need the technical skills, we need the emotional intelligence and social skills, we need the managerial skills, we need to develop communication abilities, also learn how to build the team, our family as a team, with cohesion and a gel that binds the family together, able to negotiate for different things and different positions as you learn to be persuasive in your communication, with an ability to solve problems as they come because you are the chief judge of the home, having organizational skills, especially in line with being able to prioritize which things you're going to do, and also motivating your family, working even under pressure with poise, that calmness even when there are storms, being able to confidently offer leadership with the capacity to inspire them, and sometimes with that sense of humor. We have seen that this is what we need. What are you waiting for? This shows you that you need to be open-minded and willing to learn as a man.
Yeah.
This tells you that you are doing a disservice not only to yourself but to your children and your wife when you start to say, I have arrived, I already know it all, nobody should teach me anything, I don't want to join that other team, I don't want to join the Fathers Union, I don't want to join the Men's Association, what do I learn from them? You are doing yourself a disservice. You are doing your wife a disservice. You are doing your children a disservice. You are doing your community a disservice. A community that deserves well-raised children, which is a skill you learn as a parent. You are doing your nation a disservice because your nation deserves a stronger family. You are doing the kingdom of God a disservice because he put you here as an administrator for his extended piece of real estate called the earth. The skills a man needs to lead his family well. Go and start to do things differently. Until next time, Samuel Bakutana, your host. Thank you.
Thank you.